Hello everybody, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. Here we are at day 12 of the Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary celebration. We're at day 2 of the Walmart Collector Con, and we are also at day 2 of New York Comic Con. And despite having said that I'm not going to be talking too much about it, there is one thing that happened today that I do want to talk about, which we'll get to at the end of the video, or towards the end of the video rather. First thing we're going to do is just what it says on the tin, take a look at the Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary celebration. Today we had 3 items going up, and you can see the silhouettes right here. And I thought it was all going to be Super 7 across the board. It is not. There is 2 Super 7 and 1 that isn't. And the one that isn't is this. This is the Star Wars Boba Fett with removable helmet, Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary exclusive jumbo figure with Path of the Force coin. This is from Diamond Select Toys. It is from Gentle Giants. Basically, if you're not familiar with this line, basically what they are is the Kenner 5 POA action figures all grown up to 12 inches. That's really what it is. Even if you look at it right here, you can see it has very basic sculpt, decent paint apps, but only 5 points of articulation, shoulders, hips, head, just like the old Kenner figures. And if you take the helmet off of Boba Fett, which you can, and you can see right here that it is a very, very basic head sculpt, very soft, real light on the paint apps. Not a bad likeness for what it is. And that's really it. What you get with this figure is it's 12-inch figure made of plastic based on the Star Wars franchise, 5 points of articulation, features removable helmet and working backpack missile. So the backpack missile does, I don't know if it's spring-loaded and fires, but it does look like the missile will come out. Includes chrome collector's coin, which there is no picture of up on the website right now. The Boba Fett figure, helmet, blaster, Tusken rifle, the gaffy stick, and the coin, as we said before. So you get 3 weapons with it. Boba Fett's signature blaster, you get the Tusken rifle, and you get the gaffy stick, basically everything that he had in Book of Boba Fett. And that's really what this is based off of, obviously, is the Book of Boba Fett. You can see that with the way that the armor is all cleaned up, the dents have been hammered out. Now this is $79.99. This is an $80 piece. And this is where my issue with Gentle Giants has always come that, like, it's $80 for a 12-inch Kenner figure. And I get it's a 12-inch figure. I get, you know, there's some size difference right there. But, like, their Diamond Select toys, like their Marvel Select that come in at like a 7-inch figure, only go for $30 sometimes. And those have more articulation. I feel like they have often have better accessories, better sculpt, better paint apps. It's like right here, they're just really trying to sell you on the nostalgia of the whole thing, because there's no picture of the packaging. But once again, if you're not familiar, it does come in like a big horking, like Kenner style blister card. Now, I get that this is cool. I get that this is Star Wars, but I mean, Spin Master makes a 12-inch figure, and they range anywhere from $10 to $15. The most expensive 12-inch figure I've ever seen them make is a $25 figure that was the Flash that had sound effects. Plus, the articulation tends to be better on these. Swivel wrists, bend and hinge, elbow, shoulders, no butterfly joint, legs will move forward, legs back, come out to the side. Her skirt is interfering, knee bend. So, like, and I don't think the sculpt is any better on those Gentle Giants figures than they are on these Spin Master figures. And they have a lot of DC 10-inch Spin Masters right now. It's up to you, obviously. If you're cool with that, great. I hope you enjoy it. More power to you. I don't know. When you put something like this on the shelf for $10, and then you have something that is arguably the same for $70 more, I don't know. I can't get behind that. Like, that's why I've passed on a lot of these Gentle Giant figures, because they've had some really cool ones, but just not my thing. Now, moving on, the next ones that we have are Super 7. They are Reaction, and they are based off of Transformers. If you remember yesterday, we talked about the Super 7 Reaction Wave 8 that was released that had a metallic Grimlock, and that is what we got today, is another metallic Grimlock. There's some interesting things going on with these. That this says Transformers Reaction Grimlock Metallic Big Bad Toy Store 25th Anniversary exclusive figure. But if you look at this and you look at the pictures on Super 7's website, it looks like it's the same figure, to be completely honest. They're even both done in metallic paint. Where I think the main difference is, and that's why there's only a $5 difference between these, is the packaging. That the one that you get on Super 7, they are showing comes on a blister card, like old Kenner figures or old G.I. Joe figures, basically. And keep in mind, I think that's just a digital render. We don't have any photos of these yet. But this one that you get from Super 7 comes in this, which is sort of like reminiscent of the old Transformers packaging, the boxes that you got. If you flip it around, you can see it even has that old image on the back with a file card and the little readout on there that used to slip that, you know, that red piece of plastic over so you could decode what it's saying. This one obviously is much easier to see without that red piece of plastic because it probably doesn't come with it, to be honest. But so I think what you're paying for is the packaging with the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. Honestly, I think that's the only difference. Now, if we move on to Unicron, this is the one that is available on Super 7's website, is the prototype version, and it comes in a blister card as well. Even has some Japanese printing across the top. But with Big Bad Toy Store, this is what you get. And this is called Transformers Reaction Unicron Yellow Big Bad Toy Store 25th Anniversary exclusive figure. That this is basically Unicron in his more traditional colors. Definitely not his traditional shape. I don't remember Unicron looking like that in the movie, but hey, it's a Reaction figure. Super 7's gonna Super 7. This one is $29.99, $30, and once again, instead of coming on a blister card, it comes in a box, just like Grimlock does. You can see that you have the window box. He has some artwork up front, very reminiscent of the 80s Transformers G1 packaging. There's no picture of the back, but I'm assuming it's going to have the same panoramic image, or the same like action, whatever you want to call it, image that's on the back of Grimlock's. Probably has a card, a data card, a file card on back as well. So I think really what you're paying for and what you're going for with the Big Bad Toy Store exclusives is the unique packaging for these two, which I have to admit is kind of cool. So then, like, if you got the standard Reaction figures, you could rip those open, pop them open, put those on the shelf, play around with those, and then you could keep these in their packaging. And that is all we have to talk about with Super 7, or actually with Big Bad Toy Store, because even as far as Big Bad Toy Store goes in general, I'm just flipping through right now to see if there's anything of interest. There wasn't really anything big that released today, which it's a Friday. They usually don't. They take the weekends off. So, moving on to Walmart Collector Con. One thing that I missed yesterday is that they have a lot of live streams going on, and they're live streaming a lot from New York Comic Con. Todd was on, Brian from Super 7 was on. They're going to have some comic artists on coming up. I filmed this on my lunch break at work, so I haven't actually had a chance to watch any of them so far, but it would be, they look kind of cool. I'm kind of interested to see like what they talk about, if they talk more about Comic-Con, if they talk about like what they're releasing for the Collector Con, or if there's some synergy between what's happening at Comic-Con versus what's happening with Collectors Con. If there is synergy between this and New York Comic Con, Walmart really dropped the ball with not making it more obvious that that was going to happen. But let's talk about what went up for sale today. So, of course, we finally have the vintage collection Masterverse Skeletor, and I did pre-order mine, $22. I want that purple power sword. Yes, I am that guy. I'm part of the problem. I'm paying $22 for an accessory. Let's move on. Something else that we got is some things from NECA having to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have this guy who, quite honestly, just looks awesome. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates Wingnut and Screw Loose. Did I say NECA? This is Super 7. I can't remember if I said NECA or Super 7, but this is definitely Super 7, this one. And this is a glow-in-the-dark version of Wingnut and Screw Loose. Here's the glow-in-the-dark picture. That just looks cool to me. This is $75. It is on pre-order. Looks like he's about 9 inches tall with all of that gear and the wings and everything. And so you get Wingnut, you get Screw Loose. Looks like he comes with some accessories, some gas grenades, some wing orangs, a grapple gun. It just looks insane. Let's see, let me look here. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really give you a rundown on the accessories. It just says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates Wingnut and Screw Loose Glow in the Dark Super 7 collectibles. Walmart really doesn't give you a good write-up on everything that comes with this, but you can see in that picture that's basically everything that he has. And it does look like both Wingnut and Screw Loose glow in the dark. Now the next thing we have to take a look at for TMNT is from NECA. Excuse me. It is from NECA. It is a 4-pack. It's up for sale right now. It's not a pre-order. You can actually buy it. It's a $149.99. It's $150, and it is this. NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie Dimensions I've been reading too many comics. Christmas Vacation 7-inch TMNT Holiday 4-pack, Walmart exclusive. It's the movie Turtles in Christmas gear. That looks really cool. I don't think they come with any weapons because I think everything that you see here is everything that they come with. And the page does say, like, winner of, what is that? Okay, Pop Insider, winner collectibles, best geeky gift, 2024 winner. So whatever that's worth. But yeah, it looks like instead of weapons, they just come with Christmas presents. Mikey has a skateboard. Somebody has a ring of Christmas lights that they can wear around them. And they come with Christmas bells, their hats, their scarves, extra sets of hands. I mean, if you're going to do a holiday themed Turtles and you got the sculpts for the movie Turtles, this is the way to go. I think this is really cool. If I collected any of the movie Turtles, I would actually consider this. And $150 for all of those isn't bad. Those are 4 7-inch figures. So, I don't know. That's, I think it's kind of cool. Everything that you get, you see there in that picture. Let me go down and see if it says anything. Let's see what it says. Dimensions Christmas Vacation 4-inch scale action figure 4-pack. It's holiday hysteria as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Christmas Vacation veers off course to Dimension X. Get in the so it is supposed to be Xmas. Get in the Xmas spirit with the Heroes in a Half show as they pay homage to classic holiday specials in this action figure 4-pack from NECA. Standing in 7-inch scale, these festive figures are sure to bring the Yuletide cheer and gasp. They have hinged jaws to add an extra level of expression. I wonder if you open one, you can see a human head in there. And enjoyment to your collection. Their very merry accessories include Santa hats, scarves with wire inserts for dynamic party poses, so you can have Mikey on his skateboard in his holiday gear with his scarf flapping in the wind, and soft goods leg warmers to keep the cold-blooded reptiles warm during the holiday season, plus extra hands, presents, tangled Christmas lights, sewer lid, framed pizza, bell, and skateboard. Comes in collector-friendly VHS-inspired packaging. Let me scroll up. Let me see if they have a picture of the packaging to take a look at here. They do. it looks like this. I don't know how they fit 4 figures and all the accessories in that, but that is, and it does, it looks like, you know, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles holiday special. So that's, I like the Turtles. I'm not a big fan, or I'm not a big collector of Turtles. Like the IDW stuff by Loyal Subjects is really what I've been getting into most, but I could see people like really being into this. Now, something else that landed today that I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm considering it is Mego has put up a bunch of stuff, and I don't really talk about Mego much. I do have some Mego figures, mostly the Universal Monsters. They did a really cool Mask of the Red Death figure that a friend of mine was able to find for me, and I appreciated that. But what these are is we have Mego Grim Ghost, we have Mego Devilina, there is the Phoenix, and there was one other figure that I can't remember what his name was, but he's kind of disappeared from the landing page. I don't think he's sold out. Before we go any further, that's one thing I wanted to talk about, that like the landing page for Walmart is kind of a mess right now. Some things appear, some things disappear. And like Zodak, I know I kept calling him Zodiac yesterday, but Zodak isn't really on the front page. And if you go through like the first 3 pages, I wasn't able to find him. But if you put him in the search bar and just type in Masterverse Zodak, he's the first one that comes up. So like there are still items available, but for some reason they're just not appearing on the front page right now. So just type them into the search bar and you should be able to find it. But these are very much like a pulpy comic book type hero. And as a matter of fact, they come with a comic book. Like this guy right here, for example, the Grim Ghost. You can see in the packaging that there is a comic book in the packaging behind him. And if you look at the flip side, it even says comes with this comic. And I'm a big comic fan, but also there is like a little bit of a bio write-up on these figures for each of them. And the first and the only 2 I'm really going to pay attention to or take a look at right now is Grim Ghost and Devilina. Because first of all, the Grim Ghost right here, it says, Matthew is a masked highwayman called the Grim Ghost in 1743, robbing from the rich and keeping the money. He is lured into a trap by a beautiful woman and is captured and hanged. He makes a deal with Satan to continue as the Grim Ghost, sending evil souls to hell. But in the 20th century, Matthew is a man out of time who is fighting to save his own soul while doing the devil's bidding. That has huge, huge, huge Ghost Rider energy, and that is right up my alley. And some of the comic artists that are going to be live streaming are actually, I think, part of this comic company, Atlas, that these figures are based off of. So I'm hoping that this means that these comics may be ongoing comics and it's not just one-shots that come with the figure. Like, I'd be willing to bet the comic that comes with the figure is kind of like a one-shot origin story type deal, and then maybe a prologue or an introduction into a comic book line that might be coming out. I don't know. Once I'm done recording, I'm going to check out some of the live streams that they've been putting up and see, because I think there's actually one going on right now as I'm recording this. So I'm going to check that out and see what that's all about. I'll put links to those in the description as well if I'm able to. Now then, Devilina, she has another interesting one. Devilina follows a sheltered young woman who journeys to New York in search of her past, only to discover she is the sister of Satan and her evil brother has been manipulating her while a detective investigates a series of murders linked to her. After her boyfriend is killed by the devil, she vows to destroy him using the occult powers taught to her by her mother, a sorceress named Sephira. Bring home the magic and mystery of Devilina. Whether you're a devoted collector or a newcomer to the world of action figures, this captivating figure is sure to ignite your imagination and become a prized possession. Don't miss out on adding this enchanting character to your lineup. And, I mean, it's a woman in black with a black cape and a rapier. And if you zoom in on that head sculpt, you can see that there's horns coming up out of her head. The head sculpt, while it's not like fantastic, it's not like, oh my gosh, look at that. It's definitely better than what I think a lot of Mego figures in the past have portrayed. Once again, this is kind of like a character that I could get into. I'm actually thinking of picking these up, if for no other reason, just for the comic book. Both of them are 8-inch figures, and both of them are $29.97, $30 for the figure and the comic. Let me bounce back to the landing page. Let me see if I can find the other two real fast. That I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be able to find the one. So yeah, the only other one I could find is the Phoenix right here, and I guess he's kind of like a sci-fi Flash Gordon type, maybe. Let's see if he has a bio as well. Unleash the power of the Phoenix with this stunning 8-inch action figure from Mego Atlas Comics. Meticulously crafted, this figure captures the fiery spirit and dynamic energy of one of comic history's most iconic characters. Never heard of him. Features authentic design, featuring vibrant colors and intricate detail. This figure embodies the essence of the Phoenix, showcasing her iconic costume and fierce expression. Her, that's a dude, isn't it? Collector's item, packaged in a striking window box. This action figure is a must-have for collectors and fans of Atlas Comics alike. Durable materials, construction from high-quality materials. The Phoenix action figure is built to withstand epic battles while looking stunning on your shelf. Ignite your imagination and bring home the Phoenix today. Whether for playtime adventures or as a standout piece in your collection, this figure is sure to be a hit. Don't miss out. Okay, so I don't know what he is. I've never heard of him. The only Phoenix I know of that's a she is from Marvel Comics. So if you know anything about Atlas Comics, because they were a complete blank on my radar until today, to be completely honest. I didn't know if they were new, if they were a startup. This is making it sound like they've been around for a while. But then, like I said, they're also live streaming from Comic-Con. And yeah, if you know anything about Atlas Comics, let me know. This one is also $29.97. I wasn't able to find the fourth one, but the fourth one is kind of like a martial artist, Shang-Chi, Bruce Lee type looking character. I think his name was actually something Dragon. Can't remember. Like I saw him once and then he just disappeared. So that is all from Mego. And while I was looking for the other Mego figure, I did find something else, another NECA figure that has gone up today, and it is her. This is NECA Elvira's Very Scary Christmas 8-inch cloth action figure with signed card. So not only is it a figure of Elvira in her Mrs. Claus costume, you get an autographed photo card that you can see in there of Elvira in like that iconic pose right there. 8-inch figure, Christmas gear. Just imagine getting this and putting it in with the Christmas turtles. That would be a display worth seeing. Elvira here is $79.99. It looks like she comes with features tailored fabric clothing, 2 interchangeable expressions, Bloody Mary, Naughty List with Quill, tray of gingerbread men cookies, and an articulated creature who was stirring figure with tailored fabric apron, bowl, and spoon. So that's what that little green guy is, just creature who was stirring, because he's supposed to be stirring the batter. Oh, that's a horrible joke, guys. Okay, so yeah, get that, get the turtles, set it up around the tree, have one of the weirdest Christmases you ever had. So that was Big Bad Toy Store's 25th anniversary celebration. That was day 2 of Walmart Collector Con, and I believe today is the last day. I think it's only a 2-day event. I'll be real surprised if I wake up tomorrow and there's more. Now, what was talked about today at New York Comic Con and has gone up for backing is the newest HasLab, only available on Hasbro Pulse, quite obviously. Link to it in the description below. We have Ghostbusters Plasma Series Ectomobile Anniversary Edition. Now, what I find interesting about this, first of all, Ecto 1 looks awesome. Not even going to try and deny that it does. It looks so awesome that even though I'm not a Ghostbusters collector, I'm actually considering it, because you could have a lot of fun with a 6-inch scaled, with a 1/12 scaled Ecto 1. But just like the Star Wars Cantina, there are 2 tiers for this. There is the base model, which you see here, which is $324.99, $325 to back. There is also this, which is the deluxe model. Now this is $75 more. It is $399.99, so $400, but you get a lot more with this. And just some things off the top that I can think of is that with the base model, you get Ecto-1, you get the gurney to set up the proton packs on that goes inside Ecto-1, you get the librarian ghost, and you get the green ghost. They're calling it the green ghost. It's basically Slimer. I'm wondering if they can't call it Slimer because of copyright. But if you get the deluxe version here, you get everything from the base model, but you also get new accessories to outfit it to look like the Ghostbusters 2 version of Ecto-1, the Ecto-1A, including a new roof accessory, new hubcaps. You get 4 figures. You get the 4 Ghostbusters in the charcoal jumpsuits instead of the tan ones. You get 4 proton packs. You get 2 of the slime throwers from Ghostbusters 2. You get a toaster with pink slime in it, and you also get a thermal mug and balloon for the kids from that commercial. I'm not even kidding. Check out the video on Hasbro Pulse's website where they show that off. It's kind of funny. So it's $75 more, but you're getting a lot more for that extra $75. I mean, the 4 figures alone, and not only is it the charcoal jumpsuits, it's new face sculpts. So even if you have the old figures with the gray or with the tan jumpsuits, you can head swap and put these newer and, quite frankly, I think better sculpted heads on those figures. So like I said, for $75 more, you get a lot more. Even if you're somebody like me who's never collected the Plasma series before, for $400, you get pretty much everything you need to either start your collection or finish your collection all in one go. You get the Ghostbusters, you get the car, you get some ghosts. And also, apparently, this is the first time they've released ghosts in the Plasma series, unless you count Ghost Egon from the Afterlife series. So there is that. Also, there is, where is it at? There is an early bird special that if this funds in 2 weeks, everybody will get Tully here, Rick Moranis, in his Ghostbusters gear from Ghostbusters 2. So it's the tan gear that he wore at the end when he showed up late to the party. So that is only if it fully funds within 2 weeks. As I said, there are 2 tiers, $325 and $400. It needs 12,000 backers. So you have to hit 12,000 backers in 2 weeks. Right now, time of recording, we're sitting at 2,529, which for a first day isn't bad. It's not even a first full day. This is also going for a full 45 days. So there's a lot of time, but I really think they want to push people to get this funded as soon as possible. That's why they're offering the early bird special. Interesting to note, none that I could find, there are no stretch goals for this. And I think that's why they put the early bird special in, because they knew without stretch goals, people would just wait until the end. Just because it's human nature. It's what we do for some reason. Even though we know the money isn't going to be taken out until the end, we wait to the last minute on these HasLabs sometimes. I'm guilty of it too. So there's that. Keep that in mind. Is it worth it? Well, if it was just a big plastic Ecto-1, I would say probably not. But there are lights and sounds. The headlights come on. There are dashboard lights. The rig on top of Ecto-1, whether it's Ghostbusters or Ghostbusters 2, will light up. It has the sounds. It has the siren. It has motor sounds to it. I don't know if it plays music, like if it plays the Ghostbusters theme. It runs off of 2 AA batteries, but it also has a USB cable that you can plug into your computer or plug into a wall adapter so that you can just have it always on without draining the batteries. And I think that's a really cool feature as well. So when you add in all of the tech that they put into it, kind of like how they added like all of the lights and different light effects for the HISS tank for the Classified series, and then you figure there's probably like, you know, a Ghostbusters tax on it like there is with like Marvel, anything Disney. $325 isn't that bad for the vehicle, all of the lights, all of the electronics, and 2 figures, Slimer and the Librarian. But then for $400, like I keep saying, like I feel like you're getting a lot for $400. And honestly, what it feels like is they took what would have been the stretch goals, which are the Ghostbusters in their charcoal uniforms with their accessories, and like those might have been the stretch goals or the tiers to unlock. And then they said, they realized, you know what, if we don't, if it doesn't hit that mark and we don't get them all of the Ghostbusters, there's going to be hell to pay. So they just decided to go with 2 tiers. That would be my guess of how that came down. They were like, we can either have stretch goals of the Ghostbusters, risk them not getting all of them, or we can just have two separate tiers. So for $400, you're getting a lot. Is it worth it? That's absolutely for you to decide. I don't know if I think it's worth it. Like I said, having a 6-inch scale Ecto-1 would just be so cool. Even without the Ghostbusters, there is so much you could do with that. So, who knows? I'm in for $325 for the Rattler, or however much I spent on the Rattler. I don't even remember anymore, so I'm probably not going to be getting Ecto here. But it's out there if you want it. So that's what we have. It is Friday, which means there is nothing left for the Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary celebration. We do have something coming up on Monday and the 21st. Is that Monday? I believe it is. Let me pull up my calendar. Yes. So we do have something coming up on Monday, and all we have is this. So I'm guessing it's going to be Transformers related. I don't know if this just means that it's going to be an Autobot, or if, you know, it's just an Autobot logo that you can hang on the wall. Come back on Monday and we'll find out together. Don't touch that dial. Before you go, please remember to do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you already are a subscriber, what a legend you are. If you like what we do here and you want to help the channel grow, please consider becoming a member, whether through YouTube memberships or our Coffee monthly subscription. Links to that in the description below. Both of them for $1 a month, you can get access to exclusive content, such as our monthly member exclusive video. This month is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Stinger. So until next time, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.